Welcome to the Becoming Room. This is just a room where real conversations happen, healing, growth, faith, and becoming. And it just so happens to be recorded. And honestly, we're just so grateful that y'all are here.
Yes, yes. We know people are craving for spaces like this where people can just be real and just be honest and get what they need in any given day.
Yes. And that's good already because I think that's part of why a faith-based journey even started. We realized so many women were just carrying things quietly by themselves.
Yes, carrying them alone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially during the time when it was started, which was right about pandemic. So yes, everybody had a lot of time that they were spending alone. They had to.
Yes, and not knowing what to do with it. And
Yes.
that's what makes me wanna ask you, when did you first realize women needed spaces like this one?
Well, just actually when I was going through the beginning of my healing process, I it was really right before the pandemic, and I was just feeling a little lost with the places that I was going and the people that I just didn't feel connected. And I believe it was because of the way in which everyone has a unique journey. And so I really wanted to emphasize how a person could come as they are with the belief system that they have, following their own pathway. It's so many different pathways as far as I'm concerned to healing that I don't want people to feel restricted. And I felt a little restricted. So I just wanted to give a space for people just to feel free to do whatever they want to do is very important, especially with a faith-based journey, however that journey looks to you. I want to be able to embrace that with you and maybe learn something from, each and every person that we meet.
Yes, and that's good because healing looked different for me too, right? Even though I'm younger, I have still felt, and a lot of people my age can agree, we still feel overwhelmed, disconnected, out of touch, and honestly, sometimes just tired.
Yes. And it's so funny you mentioned that about the age here because my journey started late. Well, I won't say late, it was on time for me. But at the same time, I was at a stage in my life in my 50s where I think I thought I was supposed to know everything. And I was realizing that I did. And it was a very humbling experience for me. And one of the main things is the reason why I believe you and I gravitated when we started this journey together was because I knew that you could make such a good impactful structure to people that were decades younger than me, but yet and still we have so many similarities that it was important for people to see young and old, that it's never too late or never too early to start this journey. It's just a beautiful thing that we can get together, we can respect each other. I hope you don't feel like like because I'm that much older than you that I can't learn from you and vice versa, and that we can't just together have this journey that is so special, everyone to feel the same way. That was one of the main things in my life when this journey started. I felt so good. I never thought that I could feel this good and not be on that actually destroying journey that I was on previous to the way we are right now, that I could actually feel this good and smile and feel like my life really is it's as long as I make it. You know what I mean? As far as this journey, I could take it until the last day that I breathe. And nobody knows when that is. So I might have just as much time as someone who's 20. And in my mind, I have to think of that just one day at a time. I only have today. Person who's 20 only has today, and you have to decide what you're going to do with it. And so that's where I think people can come together as far as not realizing how young or old you are. It's just that we have today and to make the best of it.
Yes, that's a word, especially emphasis on healing does not have an age requirement.
Mm,
I got a lot out of what you said, but at the forefront, there is no age requirement or limit, right? It's never too late. It's never
yeah.
too late.
What do you think people are really searching for right now?
You know, not even just right now. It seems that from the pandemic up until now, the pandemic came with a lot of revelations, right? A lot of eye openers. And from then until now specifically, I believe people are looking for peace, community, something to believe in. People are definitely looking for peace and something to believe in and community because that's where what we were looking for separately, right? Before this
Yeah.
even started. So I do believe in my heart that those are some of the first things people are looking for. and finding the answers looks like becoming.
That's right. That's right. And Kiera, when you brought up peace, it made me think about how, you could have that and somehow not know how to protect it. So like where
Mm.
anybody can come and just take that away from you. And so I think that's some of the things that we have learned together how to protect that peace at all costs. When you always think about people being selfish or selfless or whatever, you think it's selfish not to put yourself first, but as people are now saying, you can't pour from an empty glass. And so me protecting my peace has to come first. And once that comes first, then I'm able to truly help other people. And I can help other people intentionally gain peace, protect peace, and keep peace. Because with that, I think everything flows from that.
To gain peace,
Protect peace, to keep peace, and to protect the peace at all costs.
yes.
Everything flows from that joy, happiness, the fact that you can, dream bigger dreams because you have that your spirit and your mind is at ease. And for me, that's what peace means. Like there was a time in my life that my mind was going. I couldn't sleep well. There were certain things going because I didn't have that inner peace that I needed.
Mhm.
Like I believe we were talking about before to slow down.
Yeah.
We always think as we grow up, the more we have to do and this and that. But while you're doing all of that, you're losing. I believe I was losing myself. I could only keep it on myself. Sometimes you just sit in quiet and take deep breaths and reflect on the day. Your breathing going down. You can feel a lot of things when you say, "I need my peace." And I believe that I've grown, and I believe I've seen you grow as well with just bringing things back. And let's slow this down. Let's take some breaths, and your mind gets clear. It's just so many different things that if you haven't experienced true peace, come on.
Yeah. And it leads you to becoming. I know this is episode 1 of a million, and we couldn't possibly get into all the things today, but I'm really glad we had a chance to have this brief
Ye
conversation to let the people know what to expect and let people know they're not in this by themselves. They're
Yeah,
looking for things that we were looking for, and we have found them, and we're here to pay it forward.
yeah, yes, that's our assignment. I truly believe that everyone has their own specific assignment. I truly believe we found ours, and we wanna help you find yours.
Yes, and speaking of assignment, growth is intentional, right? Becoming is very intentional. So for everyone who hears this, no matter what time of day, where you are when you hear this, what are you becoming right now? Who are you becoming? And what are you healing from quietly, right? Think about that. Feel free to leave it in the comments. We would absolutely love that. But think about it and be prepared to watch our next episode from that lens, right?
Yes, you have permission.
Yes, you do have permission. And one last thing in our description, there's gonna be a link to a becoming guide right here below. Feel free to go ahead and download that and bring it back with you next week, and we'll see you then.
Look forward to much love and many blessings.